Oh, right. Hey, guys, what's going on? Welcome back to the Brat Cat channel. Wait, is this mic working? Yeah, okay, we're good. Yeah, welcome back to the Brat Cat channel. This is Hobfoot. That is Aloy. We're starting off the same place we did last time, but we're leaving right away. We are... Swoop? Pretty much done with side quests, kind of. Probably not for the whole game, but just, in general. We're just kind of... so we're gonna... see if it lets us travel over here. We're gonna come back to the base. That's where we've got to go. Where's the... oh, it's right here. And you kind of have to go... I feel like the last time I selected just the base from, like, here, it's just like, yeah, just take me to the base. It, like, popped me in the campfire over here, which I was like, why would you do that? This one's much closer. So, boom, here we go. Okay, come on, let's go.
Turning into an icicle out here.
Alright, let's see what's going on in here. We did the thingy, we have to... I forget, what was the info we got from Pharaoh? Got a bunch of info from Ted, and I don't remember what it was, but... Were those vines there before? Or did they come in there, like, since... I feel like these vines weren't here before. Has it been that long? I feel like it can't have been that long.
I'm quite certain that
I know that. But if there were two of me walking around, I'd run for the hills and never look back. Come on, I'm being serious. So am I.
Okay. What's up, guys? Maybe we weren't supposed to come on in. Oh, the thing's filled up again. Let's talk to these guys, see what's going on.
There she is. Heard you had an interesting time at Thebes.
Yeah, with your,
Maniacs, lava. What's not to like?
I'll remember that next time I go traveling.
At least I got what we needed to trap Hephaestus.
Good thing I got my gear ready then.
Alright, let's see what's going on.
You look tired.
Ha! You're never one to hold back, are you? I've just been making sure that I got everything down for this mission of yours. I wouldn't want to be the usual screw-up out there.
You'll do fine, Errand.
He's studying. Ha!
Have you spoken with Alva yet?
Yeah, when she's not reading
Alva's
the
here.
archives like a giddy kid drinking her first ale.
Ha!
She took to that new focus quick, that's for sure. I gotta say, I'm a little jealous. But I can see why you two hit it off.
I should get going.
As soon as you want us heading out to those cauldrons.
I'll give you the heads up.
I forgot Alva's here. We'll have to track her down. Oh, she's right there. Oh, of course that'd be the room she's in. Okay, that makes sense.
From the look on your face, I'd say the mission was a success.
I got Omega clearance. Is everyone ready to head out to Cauldron Gemini?
As soon as you give the word.
Did Alva make it here all right?
Our new Quen friend. The moment she laid eyes on the archives, she jumped on them like a long leg.
Sounds about right. Once Gaia is back up and running, I expect you to put all your training to good use.
The seeds have been planted. All they need is a chance to bloom.
Oh, he's turning into an Utaru.
What?
Ah.
I thought that was pretty good. Zoe liked it.
I'm glad you and Zoe found each other.
Don't forget, you're to blame for that.
Ah.
Now that I have Omega clearance,
Oh, that's right.
we can grab Hephaestus and finally have the advantage over the Zeniths.
Can't wait to
Something's
see
gonna
their
go
faces
wrong.
as they stare down a bunch of charging thunderjaws.
Better them than us, for once.
I don't know what's gonna go wrong, but something is gonna go wrong.
I should go get this to Gaia.
Of course. Let us know when we're needed.
Okay, let's talk to Zoe now. Talk to everybody. Catch up on everything. Are these papers I can scan? Nope. Well, they're like ingredient lists or something. 2 eggs. 3 cups of flour.
Welcome back.
Good to be back. Have you met our new Quen guest yet?
I could barely keep up as she gave herself a tour of the base.
Meh.
Varl gave her a new focus. Though when he told her she was free to access all the data we had here, she turned so pale, I thought she'd faint on the spot. We showed her to the archive room so she could see for herself. She hasn't left the place since.
Sounds like Alba.
Alva's going to share all this with Bohai, and he's going to tell his superiors that they've got it, and then they're going to say, well, you guys aren't allowed to share that with anybody.
How are things with everyone?
Slightly quieter. Aaron's been busy scouring data on his newest obsession. Apparently the old ones wrestled machines as some kind of performance. Called it metal versus meat. A must-see battle between steel and flesh, as Aaron likes to put it. You'd think we have enough of that going around as it is.
Well, Oseram are gonna Oseram.
Read anything interesting lately?
I found out the old ones use leaf infusions like the Utaru do. Tea, they call it. Apparently it helped soothe them.
Yes,
That
indeed.
and some sort of scented wax they used to cleanse their aura. Plus something called bubble baths. I think I'll stick to singing to calm the nerves.
I don't know, you should definitely have tea. I always say the Utaru are my people, but like if they don't have tea, oh boy. If they don't have tea, we might have some problems.
I need to get going.
Right.
Yeah.
You've retrieved that means we'll be
That's-
going after Hephaestus soon.
Okay.
I'll make sure my gear's ready.
I forgot I'm supposed to listen to all this because like we're recording it and everything. Just get like, yeah, let's go. I already know. Alright, bunch of extra traps. I think these are the first purple ones I've got. Large machine cores. All sorts of stuff. And, of course, I need to
I just think
unequip
you talk
it.
too long. You would too, if you knew everything there is to know about everything.
She can also crank out a whole army of machines to kick your sorry behind once she's fixed.
Well, I guess I just better stay on her good side then.
I'm talking about Gaia? Okay. Is she doing like a little dance? There's gonna be a lot
Have
to
a
talk to
drink,
her about.
Alva, he says. I'm studying the legacy. How is ale going to help? Aloy!
Right to work, I see.
There's just so much. I mean, we knew of artificial beings that served the ancestors, but Gaia? Oh, she's amazing! And you, a true reincarnation of an ancestor. Genetically speaking, of course, not like the, late CO. And
Where's her
there's
new
more ancestors
focus?
out there. Returned from beyond the stars. Of course, they're trying to kill us, which is not great. And Eric Visser is with them, which is disturbing. And then there's Hephaestus.
Does she know Eric?
And
Okay. How about we take it one step at a time?
you're right. I also owe you an explanation for everything that happened at Landfall.
Oh yeah, you do. Let's talk about the Quinn.
Back at the greenhouse, you spoke of knowledge forbidden to your people.
Diviners are meant to seek out the truth in the legacy, and many Imperials sponsor them in the hopes they'll find something the Empire can put to use, thus gaining favor with the Emperor. But the Board of Overseers claims certain truths are detrimental to the stability of the Empire.
Heh.
Like discovering one of our revered ancestors ended the world. That is why Diviners are only allowed to access segments of the legacy. Only Overseers can view it all. It ensures that any heretical data can be contained and retrieved before it can spread.
Yep.
What happens to diviners who break the rules?
They
I
disappear.
never had the courage to ask.
You said you owed me an explanation for what happened in Thebes. I'm listening.
Right. I'll start at the beginning with the CO. He was an Imperial, the Emperor's nephew, in fact. As such, he sponsored many diviners to search the legacy for anything that might help the tribe, and himself. He took a special interest in anything related to Ted Faro, whom we consider the greatest of the ancestors.
Ted Faro, revered ancestor. That's tough to take.
I know better now, of course. Anyway, the diviners discovered that Faro spent a great deal of time in San Francisco. In fact, many of the most important ancestors did. So the Emperor's nephew convinced him that an expedition across the ocean might solve our most pressing problems. If only we could find the right data in this fabled city. Perhaps we could roll back the floods and storms that threatened our people. The Emperor declared that all the tribe's resources be poured into this endeavor. Dozens of ships were built, scouting missions were dispatched, and the Emperor's nephew was named Sio, one who wields the legacy for the good of the Empire, the living embodiment of Ted Faro, a renewer. It may seem strange now, but for a time, he carried all of our hopes. We really believed he would save us. We had no idea just how perilous the journey would be.
Okay.
You said the expedition across the sea was more dangerous than you thought it would be.
Where are they from?
What happened?
We lost most of our ships to hurricanes, and scores of soldiers perished to hunger and disease. And that was before we even hit the coast. Once we landed, machines ripped our patrols apart, and we struggled to replenish our rations. There were bright spots, to be sure. We found Thebes and the greenhouse, but nothing improved the CEO's mood as his dreams of saving the tribe were slowly dashed. He became more and more obsessed with Thebes and what lay behind its door, and more convinced that the title of CEO was no mere honorific. You heard him, spouting nonsense about Pharaoh's essence and some kind of becoming. We knew these weren't the words of a sane man, but he was quick to put any who spoke out in front of a firing squad.
What a great guy.
The Quen are wrong about many things when it comes to the legacy. I can see that now. But what the CO became was a complete perversion of what principal diviners stand for. The pursuit of truth. I'm sorry you had to endure his madness. I'm just glad it's over. For everyone.
So, Bohai, your overseer. Will he run things better than CEO?
He won't execute people on a whim, if that's what you mean.
Yeah, kind of.
But he's hardly a paragon of integrity. I can't tell you how many times he took credit for data in the legacy that I uncovered. The best thing I can say about him is that he can be trusted to always do what's best for him.
Yep, sounds about right.
People never change. Doesn't matter how many times they wipe themselves out or how far in the future it is, I suppose.
The ancestors, is that what your people call the old ones?
Yes and no. The ancestors are the greatest of the old ones. Those whose legacy taught us agriculture, medicine, warfare, leadership, and patronage of the science and arts.
The CEO called Elizabeth Sobek an assistant. What's that about?
Right. Well, any old one who has made minor contributions or worked extensively under one of the ancestors is called an assistant. That's how we thought of Sobek, until we met you. Our limited access to data past the late 2040s has obviously misinformed our view of the past.
I like how Aloy is kind of like personally affronted. You know, I find it interesting. She does, you know, she's got this mixed view of herself as like Sobek is a person by herself who is a hero, you know, who is an actual like savior of the world kind of thing. But then also she's kind of Aloy's mom in a way, like a mom she never knew, but it's just still kind of like her mom, even though she is the same genetic. Wow, that was weird. Even though she is the same genetically, and is kind of her. but not really her, but you know what I'm saying? And so she's like fronted on many, but then also she's kind of like, yeah, okay, I am Sobek a little bit. You know, she is doing the kind of I am, you know, the kind of reincarnation of Sobek. So she's like affronted on like many different levels, and she's like, usually she's just like, yeah, whatever. Well, people gonna, what do I care? And this, she's like, no, this one got to me. Why does that keep happening? That's weird.
You mentioned the reason you came here was to help your family. Your sister...
Her name is Alika. Our parents are commoners. Peasants, really. When I passed the divination exams, they were so proud. It brought honor to our family and increased rations.
Oh,
Only
restricted
Alika
rations.
begged me not to leave for the research academy.
Why? What happens there?
Alika knew that once you enter, you're not allowed to leave or see anyone, not even your family.
Indoctrinated.
Unless you can get special permission and an escort by an overseer.
Don't want to
Sounds
give
harsh.
the wrong
Like the
or any
focuses we keep,
information.
Diviners are few
the
in
plebs.
number, and the Empire is, well, fearful that outsiders will try to steal our knowledge. Last time I was allowed to see my family was just before our voyage here. Because of my position, I was able to get them refuge from the floods within the capital.
So the floods
if
are
our
a new
crops
thing?
don't recover soon, they'll starve to death along with everyone else.
I promise I'll do my best to make sure it doesn't come to that.
Okay, so the floods, and I think they've mentioned this before, and I just haven't really put two and two together, and haven't been paying enough attention or what, I don't know. Talking about the, you know, we got the bad weather and the crops and the red stuff that's everywhere, and then you got, like you're saying, the flooding. It's like, okay, so is that why the water is so high when you're in San Francisco? It's like it's not supposed to be that high, but because it's been slowly rising over 20 years because of what because Gaia basically destroyed herself. But then at the same time, there's places in San Francisco where there's all this like corals and growths and stuff that really, to my knowledge, should only happen if you're covered in water. And there's like many places where you've got old dead stuff that hasn't been covered in water in a long time, and a lot of stuff that's like, yeah, water has been up to this place, but it's not now. So I don't know what's up with that. And I wonder if it'll... Yeah, because supposedly the flooding got fixed. So maybe what they did is they're like, yeah, we fixed the flooding by, you know, all these things. And it's like, well, really, we just had like a computer programming running all these automated systems for like 1,000+ years, and it's just fixed it. Because we haven't really fixed anything. It's just, you know, making it how we want it. Okay.
I imagine you don't know anyone here that well yet, but they're a good group.
It's funny because one of your friends is, well, another you. Not
yeah,
that you are
weird.
the same person at all. I mean, you are, as in, you're both genetically Elizabeth Sobek, but even so, you're different.
Yeah, we are.
Nature versus nurture. And they're not all that different, I say. Because, I mean, yeah, they are in temperament, but I still love the parallels of Aloy being to Beta what Sylens was to her in the first game. I just, that parallel just, chef's kiss.
I hope everyone's been treating you okay.
Oh, yeah, of course. They've all been extremely welcoming. And they share the knowledge they learn on their focuses with each other freely. It's refreshing. Back home, diviners can only share data with the permission from the overseers.
Sounds restrictive and stifling.
Yeah, you are not wrong.
I see you've been using your new focus.
It's been fascinating. So much better than the version the Quen have. What would have taken...
Is she just have like, is the little thing she's wearing just like an ornamental kind of thing? Like, oh yeah, get a focus band, you know. They come in pink, or they come in like, you know, leather, or, you know, you get the cheapo bands, or, you know, they've got like whatever thing printed across them or something. And then the focus is like in a little thing. In that big thing that I thought was the focus is maybe just a little case to put the focus in. I don't know. I'm confused.
Taken me years to sort through, like the database you helped me recover. With this, I've been able to establish search parameters to speed up the process. This could revolutionize how diviners analyze the legacy. That is, whatever part of it the overseers would actually let us study.
Be an interesting part. I don't know if it'll be in this game or maybe in a third one, but we come into conflict with the Quen over what they share and with whom or don't.
You wanted data, you'll find lots of it here.
A diviner has never had this sort of unsupervised access to archives such as this. And knowing you, I suspect there is much that would normally be forbidden held within them. But I was sent here to help you. I would be remiss to ignore any truth laid before me. Maybe it'll help the Quen find their way back to the path of truth.
I'm sure there are many parallel things that could help, but when the Quen overseers learn of it, they'll just be like, nope, nobody gets to see that. Nope, nobody gets to see that either. Everything is hidden.
You mentioned Eric Visser? How do you know about him?
The Zenith who tried to kill you? He is known to the Quen as the Protector. Combing through data related to his work led us to breakthroughs related to weapons and military tactics. Knowledge our rulers used to conquer and expand, to become the empire we are today. That's why he's one of our most revered ancestors. But based on your encounter with him, it appears he's even more ruthless than we ever imagined. Yet another distorted interpretation in the legacy.
Well, at least you're piecing together the truth.
If only the overseers back home would do the same.
Beta mentioned other Zeniths. Tilda, Verbena, and Gerard.
I'm afraid I don't know anything about them. Whatever legacy they left behind, the diviners haven't recovered.
I need to get going, but if you need anything...
All I need is to help you succeed in your mission. The plan Gaia told me about, to capture Hephaestus, it will help set things right.
I hope so.
Then I will do whatever I can. I promise.
I wonder, with all the knit stuff they've got, I wonder if they've used knowledge they found to build automated looms and stuff. Is that an old monitor? Looks like a monitor. Huh. That's odd. I guess if this is a server room, you know, you still need some old school technology. Oh, hey, look, there's a little woven thing. I don't know what those are, but they're woven. They're carved and stuff. Are they banners? On a roll? Quen stuff of some type. I was hoping we'd get like another... And we got a little 3D model of that thing, right? But I want like a 3D model of like the building we just came out of and stuff.
Hello there.
Oh, look, yeah, that's a little thing from Thieves. Am I just like missing stuff that's like all over this place? From like other places? Or I'm just like too stupid to understand what I've seen. It's probably what it is. Alright, let's talk to...
There's Quen stuff in here now. Must be all of us.
The, I don't know whatever that is, but okay. Oh, there's Quen stuff in here. I don't see any Quen stuff. Why can't I go both ways through this door all the time? I'm looking through here, and you got the little speech bubble. It's like at the bathroom. It's like we walk up to the bathroom, the stall door.
You just need to find the right
Occupado.
Forget it. The man is unbeatable at machine stroke.
His people invented the game. What did you expect?
Kotalo can't win every time. Try to be optimistic.
Try to be realistic. We're terrible.
I just saw this. Never noticed that before. Come on, let me hit it. Alright, well, I don't know how they managed to get some in here, but okay. Is he gonna say something now? I love the little conversations they have. Alright, Kotalo.
Aloy, well met. We've been briefed on our mission, and are ready whenever you wish to head to Cauldron Gemini.
Were you able to finish the new arm Gaia was helping you with?
Indeed. I was hoping we could discuss it, if you have a moment.
Sweetly.
Have you spoken with Alva?
The Quen is peculiar. Nothing like a Tenakth. Her mind is sharp, that much is certain. But it's hard to imagine her surviving in the wilds.
Trust me, she's tougher than she looks.
I will take your word for it.
How are your studies going?
I wanted to learn more about the world of the Old Ones.
And?
I looked up this pharaoh Gaia said you went looking for, and learned about the plague of machines he unleashed. To think that the ancient world was wiped out by a mistake. A single miscalculation. There is no glory or honor in such a fate. Only hubris and pointless death.
That about sums it up. You wanted to talk about your arm?
Indeed. It's time to test it. And I want you to be there.
Okay. How are we doing this?
Not how. Where? Will you meet me where we felled Regala's tremor tusk? Right where the river bends?
Sure, if you want, but I'm not sure I understand.
You'll see when we get there. I promise.
Then I'll let you know when I get close.
You have my thanks, Aloy.
I
Alright.
have to go now.
Then do not let me keep you.
I think
Like I said, I'll call you when I'm close to Regala's old outpost near the bulwark.
May the 10 guide your way.
that was only 5 there, buddy. I wish we like turned this into a real lab. That'd be nice. Let's see, anything new here? Huh, Splash doesn't have anything to say after finding Pharaoh. More weapons. And such. Okay. Well, let's go talk to... Oh, let's go talk to Beta.
It sounds very lonely, if you ask me.
I doubt Beta's going to talk to us, but we can see, I suppose. Oh, wait, no. Why can't I go in there? Let's go around, I suppose. Studies. Oh. That only took us this way. What was the secret way to get in there? We like went in some way. And... Oh, this only takes us up to... Okay, well, we apparently can't talk to Beta. She's mad at us. She heard we were back. She knew we were going to come talk to her. She's shy. She didn't want to talk to us. Okay, just one comment. I like to listen to their conversations if I can. Oh, we got a table up here now?
Welcome back.
One of these, like, extra modules, and these look like bullets. Why are there bullets? Is this going to go horribly wrong for us in some incredibly predictable way?
Aloy, I know your experience in Thebes was unsettling, but we have a new problem.
Did something go
You
wrong with
turned on
Beta
us?
and the rig? Will we be able to transport you to Gemini?
The rig is complete. The problem is Hephaestus itself. It has accelerated its proliferation throughout the Cauldron network, increasing its power.
But with your sub-functions restored, we can still succeed, right?
Correct. But the net effect is that absorbing Hephaestus will take longer than previously calculated.
How long?
Even with Omega clearance, my current estimate is that the merge will take 35 hours.
Jesus.
And each hour increases the risk of detection by the Zeniths. Two cores. Two overrides. What if the merge were carried out by two clones of Elizabeth Sobek, both armed with Omega clearance? How long then? Half the time?
Hephaestus would be unprepared for the simultaneous labor of two operators, in addition to obvious synergetic efficiencies. Calculating. It would reduce the merge time to approximately 4.5 hours.
Okay. Varl, it looks like we're gonna need Beta at Gemini. Do you think you can convince her?
I don't know, but I'll try.
What about our diversion? Are the pulse generators ready?
Only a final test remains. I am confident that if fired in proximity to other cauldrons, the pulses will mask our activities at Gemini from the Zeniths.
Good. As long as Aaron can operate one without shooting himself in the face.
Aloy, you better get down here. Beta's in bad shape.
Okay.
Okay, so there was definitely a reason we couldn't. Can we, like, jump over the side? Wait, didn't we jump in through a hole at the top? Whee! Kerplunk. Oh, hey, actually. Whoosh, whoosh. Talking? Nobody's talking. Okay. Oh, thought we'd go a
Aloy.
little bit. Yeah, okay.
I tried, but it's impossible. I don't think anything will convince her to go.
We don't have a choice.
Good luck.
Time to be Sylens.
Beta, you have to come with us. It's the only way. It's one mission. The most important one. We need you. Tell me why you won't go. What if they take me back? Alone, in a cell again. A slave. Forever.
Oh, we haven't had one of these in a while. Okay, I don't think the aggressive route is really the way to go with her. She's usually a more brainy, but does she need the brainies right now? Or does she need the heartfelt sentiment? Let's go with the brainy.
We have a solid plan. You helped come up with it. Without you there, the probability that the Zeniths discover us is high. But with you, that risk is much less. We'll get Hephaestus, get out, and come back here. It'll be okay. No! You can't guarantee that! I told you from the beginning we'll never beat them! It's hopeless! Beta. Leave me alone! You don't understand! You're right. I don't understand. We have the same genes, the same mind, the same heart. So why can't you find the strength to do what has to be done? Like Elizabeth would. Don't you think I've thought about that? I don't know what piece of Elizabeth I'm missing. I don't know what you have that I don't. I look through all the data from your focus. You were raised as an outcast, shunned, and isolated just like me, so what's the difference? What's my
Rust.
defect?
Yeah, more like Rust, less like Sylens.
Beta. You don't have a defect. Beta. Look, it's not a piece of Elizabeth.
I miss
The difference
Rust.
is, I had him. Frost. He raised you, trained you, but he was never warm or loving. The day he died, the day he gave you that charm, he was going to abandon you. He wanted me to embrace the tribe. But then he gave his life for mine. He loved me in his own way. And that was enough. What did it feel like? It was like having a strength that was always there. It's still there. Even now I hear him in my head when things get bad. When it looks impossible, look deeper. And then fight like you can win. You don't have to go on the mission. We'll find another way. I'll go. Like you said, odds are in our favor if I do. We have to succeed.
Wonder how much of this is different depending on what you pick.
But you have to promise me one thing. Yes, of course. If it goes bad, if the Zeniths find us, I don't want to be their slave again. Do you understand? Okay. Promise? I promise. I could use as much time as you can give me to study up on the merge, to make it as efficient as possible. I'll be ready when you are. I swear.
Aloy, whenever you're ready, come speak to me and I'll ask the others to make final preparations for the mission.
Alright, seems like we're not going straight there. She doesn't have anything new over her head. I was going to ask her about...
Hey, I just wanted to make sure you're okay. I am. Is there something you wanted to talk about? So aside from Varl and Gaia, who else have you been talking to? Zoe told me how you met after your escape from the Hades Proving Lab. I had no idea you were severely injured. If it wasn't for Varl and Zoe, what matters is they helped me, and I recovered. Right? Right. You said you and Varl talk sometimes. What about? He told me about your tribe, the Nora, and the proving ritual you did. I told him if I was born into the tribe, I'd never be able to do the proving. It'd take a lot of physical training, but I bet you could do it. No, no. I'd be more interested in studying artifacts from the old world. Or the bunker door in All Mother Mountain. Well, the Nora would make you an outcast for that. Well, then I suppose we'd be outcasts together.
Nah.
Alva's joined us. Have you two had a chance to talk? She told me she's not allowed to access a lot of the data her people have. Similar to the restrictions I had in my training interface. I told her that if we succeed at Gemini, then once we return, I'll help her search for more ways to help her family. Even though Gaia will fix the biosphere, it'll take time for farmlands to fully recover. So, I want to help speed things up. How so? Bioengineering of more resilient plant strains, novel crop production methods, equipment upgrades. Something that might help in the short term. I'm sure she'll appreciate it. So when you talk to the others, are you calling them over the focus? No, they'll come down here to visit. Like Erend. He's funny. But loud. I wish I could show him the media portal and the data channel. I think he would like the sports hollows. There was one where two people would criticize each other before wrestling to see who was stronger. It was bizarre and violent, but I think Erend would enjoy it. Yeah, you're right. I bet he would.
I got even second Aloy has got Erend down.
So how goes studying up on the merge? Guy and I have added a function that will display a holographic interface to visualize the data stream from Hephaestus. It should make expunging its malicious code a little more efficient. That's great. Whatever we can do to cut down the merge time is going to increase our chance of success.
Obviously.
Good work. I'll continue to search for other ways to speed up the process. But whenever you're ready, I am too.
Have we not asked these questions before?
So you know about the extinction signal? It was speculation, but the only logical conclusion why Gaia suddenly self-destructed after operating efficiently for centuries. Gaia would have only undertaken such a desperate course of action if it had detected a threat to life on Earth that was more dangerous than ceasing function altogether. I should have realized that she would also order the recreation of Elizabeth Sobek to rebuild her. Her plan almost failed. If I hadn't stumbled upon a focus as a kid, things would have been a lot different.
So Gaia didn't have Apollo in her functions. And she didn't have anybody talking to her. Did she not know that things didn't go right? That there weren't cradle facilities operational or anything? Like, would Gaia not have known that, oh, it's probably not possible or likely? I guess it wouldn't matter. You would just do whatever you
said the Zenith's
had
colony
to.
in the Sirius system was destroyed. What happened? All I was ever told was that a natural disaster forced them to leave Sirius. I've speculated that it was an extrasolar object or a cataclysmic seismic event. Or maybe even an abnormally violent coronal mass ejection from Sirius A. Did the Zeniths tell you any details? Something that might narrow it down? They said the only thing that mattered was that they survived. First Earth, 1,000 years ago, and then Sirius. Guess they survived old age, too. You said you spent years studying in a training interface. Was this archive you mentioned part of that? But only the parts I was permitted to access. Aristotle and Aspasia, the avatars of the archive. Would assign me learning modules and evaluate my progress. Wait, those names. They were designed to be the virtual guides for the Apollo database. Before Ted Faro purged it. The Zeniths have a copy. So it still exists. And you got to learn from it. Only what was deemed pertinent to the mission. If I requested information outside of my parameters, my tutors would deny it. To have all that knowledge...
I wonder if she just didn't
just out of
have
reach.
a full copy.
Must have been frustrating. A little.
I wonder if the Zeniths tried to make it seem like, oh yeah, we control things around here, and it's just like, oh yeah, when Sobek gave you a copy, she just one last dig at you and only gave you part of it, or it developed a glitch over some point in the last 1,000 years, or corrupted or something.
I gotta go.
All right. Be safe.
Well, that was interesting. We actually got to talk to her. We can go talk to... We got a green thingy here. A new quest. And what's our actual quest? Talk to Gaia to launch the thing. I don't know if we're like ready for that yet or not. I don't have a whole lot of time today to...
Pumpkins. Huh.
Hey, I thought I'd check in before leaving for Gemini.
Are you sure we shouldn't be checking up on you? Whatever went on between you and Beta sounded intense. Not that I'm judging. Forge knows all the screws flew loose every time Mercer and I fought.
I think we'll be fine from now on.
I'm glad to hear it.
Guess we'll do all this again?
Anybody take you up on that ale you brought yet?
Zoe can't stand the smell of it. I tried Alva, but I don't think she knows what taking a break means. And I'm not putting Varl anywhere near that stuff after that victory party in Meridian.
And what about Catalo?
Now there's a man that can hold his liquor. Pretty sure we downed half a keg. We had a good chat, I think.
Oh, I was kind of hoping Aloy to be like, oh, yeah, well, pour me some. I'm sitting down with you.
After we get Hephaestus, we'll be taking the fight to the Zeniths. So, no more reading.
It wasn't that bad. Not really. Besides, going through all that data helped me realize something. You know, the soldiers, the ones that fought the Pharaoh machines so Gaia could be built, they were fighting a battle that couldn't be won. Not with all the weapons in the world. I think most of them realized that, whether anyone said it or not. They still did it, though. They bought time for all the eggheads working to save the future. Our future. As long as I can do that for you, I'll consider myself a success.
Thank you, Erend. I'm glad you're with me.
Okay, enough. I'm gonna get emotional.
Alright, let's go.
I should go.
Same here. I got a date with a cauldron to prepare for.
Aloy, everything okay with you and Beta? It sounded like you guys had a, lively conversation.
We just had a lot to talk about.
Does this mean she's coming with us to Gemini?
It does. I hope you're ready to rein in the most stubborn AI of all time.
That's what all this was for, wasn't it?
Hephaestus won't go down quietly.
Hephaestus is just a program that's lost its way. We are fighting for our survival. I can always call upon the goddess if you're nervous.
Funny.
Nah. I thought it was. Oh, we got lots of...
How does everyone seem to you?
Anxious, but ready. I heard Catalo ask for Alva's help with his pulse generator. And I know he's been helping her with a few fighting techniques, just in case.
I hope they aren't needed.
Like I said, just in case.
Catalo has a pulse generator?
Any last findings you want to share before leaving?
Not really. Though I've reached a decision.
Oh?
When we put Gaia together, I want to return to the Nora. Spread what I've learned.
You think they'll listen to you?
In time, I believe so.
That would be very interesting.
If anyone can make it happen, it's you, Varl. What will you and Zoe do if you go back to the Embrace?
I hope she'll come with me. At least for a while. And I'll go with her to Plainsong too. She'll probably want to talk to her people about all this as well. We'll figure it out.
I know you will.
Man, I'd love to be around when Varl goes back to the Nora. And it's like, oh yeah, hey guys. Did they make him a Seeker as well? So he could like keep after Aloy? Anyway. Yeah, it'd be interesting. The Nora, you know, all the matrons and everything. Although it would be pretty interesting to see, what's her face again? Tirsa? Yeah, I don't remember. Whoever the main one is.
I hope firing off those pulse generators will be enough to distract the Zeniths.
Oh, those
It'll
pulse
work.
generators. Okay.
It has to.
Always optimistic, huh?
Nah, just stubborn. It's a good quality to have when dealing with you.
Yeah, right. You were right, you know, about keeping Rost's memories buried. I guess part of me thought he was holding me back, because he wanted me to be a Nora. But the truth is, he gave me a lot. And I took him for granted.
He was a good man. He raised you well.
I don't remember them having that conversation, but...
I'm glad you're coming with me, Varl.
Sure there's no urge to run off alone in there somewhere?
No more running.
Yeah, no more running. Ah, leave! No, I'm just kidding. Alright. I guess this episode's all talking to people. We'll just keep on with that.
Hey, we'll be going after Hephaestus soon. You good with the plan?
I've already got the location of my assigned cauldron.
Good.
I heard you and Beta had a talk.
News travels fast.
It wasn't exactly a quiet conversation.
There were just things that needed to be said.
A healthy crop to those who clear the weeds between them, as the Utaru say.
Interesting saying.
You look like you have something on your mind.
We're going to war soon. And war is something I promised myself I'd left behind in the Red Raids. But the more of your data I go through, every voice I hear, every word I read from our ancient past, it makes me realize just how much life was given so that ours could flourish. Fighting for that gift, it's our responsibility. If we fail, it was all for naught.
Helps to know you're not alone.
For a moment there, you sounded like Varl.
I don't know what you're talking about. I should go.
As soon as you intend to leave for Gemini,
You'll hear about it.
We'll talk to what's-her-face last, get the mission from her. We'll do those, his mission and her mission, before we do
Aloy.
Gemini.
Are you well?
Had a bit of an issue with Beta. It's better now, though.
Ah, I'm not surprised.
Really? Why not?
I once knew a warrior who discovered he had a brother late in life. It was deeply uncomfortable for him.
Did he ever get over it?
In time. But not before the two siblings nearly killed each other in a single combat challenge.
Ah. Well, at least I avoided that.
Huh. You know, I never thought about it that way, but it is kind of an interesting thing. You know, they basically are siblings. Wonder what their age difference is. Is Aloy like... I mean, they look to be... Her and Beta seem to be the same age-ish. Is Aloy a couple years older, and so Beta's just like... more like a whiny teenager? Or is Beta actually like maybe a couple years older than Aloy, or...
You nervous about the mission ahead?
If I live, it will be in victory. If I die, it will be in battle. What matters most is that you achieve your objective.
I'll do my best. Think you're ready to put all your training to the test?
I am Tenakth. I am always ready.
Alright, no said.
I should go get ready.
I await your orders.
I don't know if it'll help us on our mission, but we're gonna get his arm first.
I hope I'm not interrupting.
Not at all. I was just studying the pulse generator schematics. The ones Gaia and Beta built. The craftsmanship is remarkable. Is everything all right? It sounded like there was an issue with Beta and the mission.
And everybody in here
anymore.
is nosy.
We just needed to talk some things through.
Although they
To
were
understand
shouting
one
at each
another
other,
is
so
to
I
embrace
guess that
truth.
makes sense.
Oh, and if you have a moment, there's something I could use your help with.
Have you spoken with Zoe at all?
A little bit, but I did hear her singing with Varl not too long ago. I don't think they noticed. Zoe seemed so free when she did it. Like every emotion she had was taking flight in song.
Is this a
and
real
she
song?
looked happier because of it.
Is this like a...
I felt so dull and nervous in comparison.
You should ask Zoe to teach you sometime. About Utaru music.
Maybe.
Wasn't sure if we were having a little metaphor thing going on there about Zoe and her singing or what.
If you need anything before heading out to the cauldrons.
You have nothing to worry about. Gaia's explained your plan in detail, as expected from such an efficient AI. I've even received some very, succinct combat advice from Kotallo. You know, in case the Zeniths show up.
What kind of advice?
He, told me to run.
For now. We'll even the odds soon enough.
Yeah, he's probably not wrong.
Any more data catch your eye?
All of it? I have so much to study up on. Years, actually. I'm particularly interested in the Odyssey. We knew the ancestors had made it to the moon. In fact, we theorized some of them had settled on it. But Sirius is way farther than that. And we thought journeying across the ocean would be the feat of a lifetime. The sheer calculations needed for space travel. It's overwhelming to think about.
Even so, the Quen are way ahead of other tribes when it comes to understanding this stuff. Where I grew up, everyone thought that stars were sparks that rose from a fire lit by the goddess to guide us through the night.
Yeah, well, you win some, you lose some.
Must be strange to think that some of the ancestors your tribe reveres are still alive. And here on Earth, right now.
Yeah, it is. Part of me's curious to know who else besides Eric Visser might be among them. Maybe Nikita Arand? We call her the Spark. The legacy tells us she brought unlimited energy to the old ones. Or Sung Jiao, whom we call the Healer. It is said she found new ways to extend the ancestors' lifespans. But my curiosity fades when I think of how different our view of Visser was compared to the reality that you experienced. Perhaps it is better not to know.
Maybe he used to be a different kind of person when he was 1,000 years younger.
You mentioned there was something you needed help with?
Yes. So, as I was sifting through data from the greenhouse, I found references to an old world system back in the Great Delta. It's called Leviathan. My people discovered it decades ago.
What's the Great
A sprawling
Delta?
network of river gates and a labyrinth of underground tunnels. The legacy revealed that the old ones used it to control flooding. But we've never gotten it to work. The whole thing is shut down. But the data from the greenhouse mentions the research facility where Leviathan was created. It's in San Francisco.
Another Pharaoh facility?
No. Leviathan was a project by Eileen Sasaki, another ancestor. So the legacy tells us, anyway. If we can acquire that data, we might be able to fix the system back in the Great Delta. Every year, my sister gets terrified when the long rains begin. With Leviathan, maybe she won't have to be.
Okay. So, where in San Francisco is this facility?
That's the thing. The data doesn't say where, exactly. But one of our diviners has been exploring the ruins. He might know. Would you come with me? I have a feeling that wherever this facility is, well, you're much better at fighting machines than I am.
Of course. I'll let you know when I'm in landfall.
Thank you, Aloy.
Alright, let's go.
I should go. Make sure you talk to Gaia if you have any questions about the pulse generators.
May your path lead to truth.
And, like I said, I'll let you know when I'm in landfall. We'll find the data you're after.
I appreciate it.
Alright. Cool. So, we're going to end our episode. I just imagine... I can only record like one more tonight. I imagine it's going to... is this the right door? Yes. I imagine it's going to take us a while to get through the quest.
I wonder how
so,
much snow it'll be this time.
we're just going to do one of the quests. Yes, that's where we have to meet Katalo. We'll do that one first. Apparently I never got there. Campfire there. Can jump off from up here. And just glide down. I wonder if I could glide to that shelter. That'd be cool. We'll do that, and then we'll come to San Francisco at some point. And, maybe that's not where we're supposed to go? Where am I supposed to meet? He says go to Legacy's Landfall. I think that's where I'm supposed to start the quest for talking to Alva, at any rate. Yeah, so we'll do that next time. That's it for me. Thanks so much for tuning in, guys. Appreciate you hanging out here with me on the Brat Cat channel. Do the thingies if you want, or don't do the thingies if you don't want. Makes us look good to our internet overlords, though, so it's cool if you help. Cool if you don't. Twitch.tv/BratCatMedia. Check that out. And at BratCatMedia on Twitter, or at Hobfoot, as you will see on the I never say this. I used to spell it like way long time ago, but then I realized, oh, I literally put it on the thumbnail, so you know how to spell Hobfoot, so I'm not really worried about that. Anyway, that is it for me. Peace out, Girl Scouts.